Going live. Hello. Happy New Year.
We have to say it like that, don't we?
Happy New Year. You have to. It only feels right. Oh, I see we have Michael already in the comments. We have Derek Host Corner. Thank you guys for joining us on this Tuesday, not our usual Monday. We had a few switcheroos, so thank you for joining us at our new date this week. We'll be back next Monday at our normal time. Seth is not here. He has some family stuff, so we have Adam.
Woohoo! Hello. Thank you for having me as always.
Yes, I love when you come on. It's very fun.
Me too.
Are you ready to get this show started?
Let's do it.
Woohoo! Okay.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
'25. Welcome to the Attractions Podcast, sponsored by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I'm Carly.
I'm Adam.
And we are here to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and a little bit about what's going on in our lives. First off, Happy New Year, or Happy New Year.
Happy New. That's not a pitch pipe for an a cappella group. That was my, what are those things called? Streamers?
Yes, something like that. It's a streamer.
Yeah.
We are happy to be back another year. I know everyone's probably very cold right now, which is why we're very cozy. There's some insane weather going around the country, even in Florida, but we are happy to be back in the new year. Seth is out with some family stuff, but I have the lovely Adam Wurtzel.
Yes, thank you for calling me lovely.
Yes, you are quite lovely. We are excited to be talking to you today, and we're back. This is our first live taping episode of the new year, and we got to get started with some hot news that just dropped. Universal Orlando's 30th year of Mardi Gras. They just announced a concert lineup, and we are hyped.
Yeah, well, you're hyped by specifically one person who may or may not be a member of the Jonas Brothers.
Yes, that is correct. That is very much correct. The lineup is incredible. I wasn't sure what to expect this year. We have Epic Universe opening soon, so I wasn't sure if they would, pull back the concert series. We have T-Pain, Joe Jonas, Kool and the Gang, Scotty McCreery, Foster the People, All Time Low, DJ Pauly D, TLC. Yes. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, again, I was sort of expecting it could have just been like local talent that they would have just brought in. I'd still have fun. I mean, to me, Mardi Gras, the food is amazing. The vibe is amazing. The parade is amazing. But to have this music is a little bit of a surprise, but I'm very excited nonetheless. And I just have 3 words to say. Cabsy.
Cabsy. Yes. If you are an OG Jersey Shore fan, you will love it. DJ Pauly D is actually quite the talented DJ. I think we saw him in Atlantic City once.
Yeah.
This concert series, I mean, it's truly, like you said, the icing on the cake. Mardi Gras doesn't even need to do this because there's so much to do between the parade, the food booths, which have already been starting to be set up in Universal Studios Florida today. I think we are going to be going for Joe Jonas.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. That will be our first time going. Maybe we'll be back a second time, but feet don't fail me now.
Yes, feet don't fail me now. I am ready to sing and dance. I also want to talk, speaking of singing and dancing and merriment, you do something really special on New Year's Eve that I'm sure a lot of people would love to hear about. Tell us what you did or what you have been doing for the last 15 years on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I'm always working on New Year's Eve, which is interesting because we never see each other because you always say, I hope I don't see you on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
I'm a producer on the biggest New Year's Eve broadcast in the world, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. It's my longest running gig. I've had it since 2010 was my first year doing it, which was Jenny McCarthy's first year. I'm always the co-host producer. So every co-host that you see down in Times Square, interacting with people, all those segments, that's all me. So it's been Rita Ora for the past 2 years, and she's just such a joy to work with. And tying everything in, we had the Jonas Brothers on this year because their first appearance was 20 years ago. And it was also Ryan Seacrest's 20th Rockin' Eve. So there was a whole lot of momentous occasions. but it's always fun. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yes. Were you there? I know I probably saw a lot on social media, like the running of the bulls when they opened the gate.
I was. I posted a reel last night, and you can see that running of the bulls. It's kind of interesting because usually people are there at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's very, very intense, like TSA style security. This year they didn't let people in until around 4 o'clock, which was kind of interesting. But I happened to be up in our upstairs studio when they let everybody in, and I got this really good video of just literally looks like you're in Spain.
Yeah, it looks crazy. It looks like when people rope drop Tokyo Disneyland, and you see these videos of just hundreds of people running. Like, what is the energy like for the ball drop? I've always been so curious.
Unlike anything I've ever experienced. Now, keep in mind, I'm not standing there all day. I'm running around. I'm working. But there's just some sort of, there's so many differences. I'm not a political person, as you know, but there's so many differences that people have in the world. It feels like that moment, everybody's just on the same page, no matter where you're from. It's a very positive moment as well, because you're starting a new year. The crazy thing is the confetti. I mean, it's extremely loud, but the confetti that flies is really, really spectacular. And fun fact, all the confetti is thrown by hand.
Yes. I learned that this year. There's also another like reel going around that tells that man's story who's been doing it for like 3 decades. I did not know that it was all thrown by hand with a team. I think it's like 80 volunteers that stand on the roof. That's crazy.
I've been doing the show for a long time. I only learned that last year, which is crazy to think about, but it's such a great production to work on. Ryan Seacrest is totally what you see is what you get. He's super hardworking. He's also an executive producer. He's in the office with us. He's going over script with us. He's doing rehearsals with us. And yeah, it's really special.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. Speaking of incredible, I mean, we just started this new year. I am personally excited about a certain theme park that is opening up, Epic Universe. I can't believe it. When the clock struck midnight, my first thought was, oh my God, this is the year Epic Universe opens. Incredible. And
it's also the year that Oasis gets back together, but that's a whole other story.
No, that is a big year. We have a lot of theme park fans or music fans too. We also have Universal Horror Unleashed, which is the year-round permanent horror HHN exhibit experience opening up in Las Vegas this year. We don't know a timeline, but we have seen construction shots. And then also you and I booked something fun for March. You know what we're doing?
We did. Yeah, we're going to be going to Disneyland Paris to celebrate our 10-year wedding anniversary. For the people that don't know, we got married in Epcot in 2015, and we were trying to figure out something unique that we could do, just you and me. So we're going to be in Paris. I think we're going to go to Amsterdam for a couple days. But yeah, Disneyland Paris, I always say there's something very magical, yet very different about
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait for that. And there's going to be a new parade that debuts this month. Or not parade, sorry, Nighttime Spectacular. And it's going to be the first time they have projections going down Main Street. I'm really excited for that. And everything, Disney Village is going to look different. We haven't been there since that new Oyster Bar opened. So I'm just so excited to get back to what I think is one of the most beautiful Disney parks. We kicked off 2025 with our first theme park visit, and it was to close out Dollywood season. We went this past weekend to Dollywood's Smoky Mountain Christmas and stayed at the newest resort, Dollywood's Heart Song, which I think we're quite easy to say we're obsessed with. Did you have a great time?
I had such a great time, and this was sort of a trip on the whim, where I think I had said to you probably a little over a week ago, hey, I'm working really hard on New Year's Rockin' Eve. It would be so much fun to just celebrate the new year and have a proper New Year celebration with you. And lo and behold, there we went. Heartsong Lodge is just so special. I feel cozy there.
Yes, I feel, yes, you have. So if you haven't seen or followed, so basically it kind of has a very like wilderness mountain vibes. I'd compare it almost to like a Wilderness Lodge or Animal Kingdom Lodge with just this soaring grand lobby. It's so cozy. I love the artwork in the room that has all, the mountain scenes and the little bears. I love that they have a sound machine in the room that plays a cackling fire, which is one of my favorite things. Also, you can swim year round because they have an outdoor hot tub that is heated to perfection. And we were those crazy people that it was 20 degrees this weekend and we were in that hot tub all night. It's the absolute best.
Didn't feel as cold as I thought when you get out, though.
Yes. I mean, that was my first time ever doing it. I mean, I'm not like a skier, so I don't do that, après ski thing, but we were so excited to close out Dollywood season. Dollywood reopens March 15th to the public, and it will be their 40th anniversary celebration. So I am sure that we will be back to take part in all that goodness.
Yes.
So thank you guys for listening to our little recap of the new year. And without further ado, let us get into the news in the queue. Okay, and the new year has started, and that means we are seeing more deals than ever rolling out at Walt Disney World. We saw an incredible annual pass holder hotel accommodation offer, and now they have revealed that the free dining plan is returning summer 2025. So if you're not familiar, this will be part of select vacation packages able to book right now for specific dates in the summer. And to get this package, you're going to have to purchase a vacation package that consists of at least a 3-night minimum stay at a Walt Disney World hotel and a 3-day minimum park hopper theme park ticket for everyone in your room. These are eligible for dates May 27th through June 26th and July 7th through August 6th. And booking is open until February 10th. 2025. So this could be a deal. It might not be a deal. I would definitely suggest reaching out to, MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, because with these dining plans that are free, that means you have to book a non-discounted vacation package. So you are paying full room rate. So there's quite a lot of other discounts going on, more so than ever. So you might want to trust someone else to look at the math. Otherwise, you could be saving money, you could be losing money. It's very complicated with the dining plan, especially. Yes, it's free and that will attract a lot of people, but you got to really look at what those non-discounted rack room rates are, because you could be paying a lot.
Free water park access is cool, though.
Yes. Okay. So that is, I think, one of the most exciting things happening right now at Walt Disney World with hotel stays. On the day of your check-in, you get to visit a water park for free. I think this is a genius thing to do.
I agree. Unfortunately, River Country is not on the list of the.
Oh, if River Country was there, we would be there. But this is great because, sometimes you land and you don't want to purchase park tickets for that first day. But you know what? You can go hit the water park. And then by the time you're done with your day, it's time to check in at your hotel. So if you want to think about booking this summer vacation package, reach out to Mouse Fan Travel and they will help you crunch the numbers to see if you will be saving money this year. And now we are still in Orlando. We are going over to Universal Studios, Florida, for some, I would say, not so shocking news. We have a permanently closing date for Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit roller coaster. What are your thoughts and emotions?
Literally rip.
Yeah, rip, literally. Is this a favorite coaster of yours?
No. I mean, I like it. I have to be in the mood to do this coaster, because there's no real, you're at a theme park and there's no real theming to it. That's kind of how I've always felt about it. Like if it's called Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit, I want something that's a little more rock and roller coaster, original rock and roller coaster, I guess we say now. Right. That's kind of always how I felt about it. I mean, it's cool listening to The Devil Went Down to Georgia by Charlie Daniels Band as I'm going upside down. There is something cool about that. It's also kind of an uncomfortable coaster. I've always felt very uncomfortable in it.
Yes, I have to agree with you. This roller coaster for me is like a once every 3 years. I like to be dazzled. And when you're at Universal, you have Hagrid's. You have all these incredible, well-themed thrill attractions. Velocicoaster is so smooth. That might not be as much theming as like a Hagrid's, but it's so smooth. And it's just, whenever I go on Rip Ride Rockit, I'm in a little bit of pain.
Yeah, I just think that the coaster game has improved so much since that opened. And it's funny because in my head, I worked at Universal in 2008 on a game show. And when I was there, that was before Rip Ride Rockit. So it's really not that old of a ride, but it just feels like the technology has just been updated so much since
Absolutely.
then.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think it's really quite jerky. And yeah, I'm not sad to see it go. If you are sad to see it go, Universal actually confirmed via a post on X that the ride will be closing in early September 2025. So you have until then. If you're going to one of the first nights of HHN, you can also experience it then. As far as what is going in that area, so permits have been filed to replace it with a proposed attraction. And we have some of the documents, and you could see that one of the proposed buildings seems to be taking up a portion of the backstage parking. So I don't know if they're going to utilize an existing soundstage or whatnot, but it is definitely something exciting to look forward to.
Stage 18, which was one of the 2 Nickelodeon stages, stage 19 still exists in the way it originally was. I mean, it was the Blue Man Group Theater.
Right.
So now they really don't use that for anything besides Grinch.
Yeah.
It could be an indoor-outdoor type of thing. That is my dream. When Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit opened, I thought it was going to go through a soundstage. And I remember being so excited and then just kind of being like, oh, it just blocks the sound stages.
Right, exactly. And so we've had quite a few rumors swirling around. One of that is what guests are demanding, which would be a Ghostbusters themed roller coaster, which would obviously fit in perfectly because you're going to be going through New York. You know how the coaster comes out over there. Another thing is, at Universal Studios Hollywood, we have that new Fast and Furious roller coaster opening up. So it could be possible that they kind of do a sister attraction, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift East. I'm not sure. But regardless, I think it's really exciting. I am not sad to see it go. I'm not sure how others feel. You'll have to let us know in the comments. But yes, I'm ready for something new and exciting there. And it would be crazy if it was a Ghostbusters themed coaster.
I mean, I can already see us getting in the vehicles.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, honestly, the movie franchise obviously has staying power. The new movies have done really well. It was an absolute smash hit, Frozen Empire at HHN. I think that was our favorite house. So, it's like the Ghostbusters are here to stay. And moving along to some more Orlando news, the plans for the world's tallest roller coaster has officially been scrapped. This was near Epic Universe at a land called Skyplex. So they were planning the world's tallest roller coaster called Skyscraper. And we have some awesome artist renderings up on our website. This project was actually announced years ago, and there have been issues plagued all along the way, and finally they have reported that the project is officially canceled. The tower would have been 570 feet tall, and Skyscraper roller coaster would have had 10 inversions. Would you have done it?
I mean, maybe once. I feel like the world's tallest, world's fastest, anytime it's the world's something, I feel like it's a little like overrated. Like, you don't have to be the world's fastest or tallest to be just a really good ride. And
I agree with you.
That's kind of how I've always felt about it. Although Fury 325 at Carowinds is one of my favorite coasters ever. So
yes, we do love that. So that's a bummer. This happens in Orlando. We have these massive projects announced. Another one is Area 15 that we found out in 2024 was officially canceled, and that was supposed to have a exhibit from Meow Wolf, which we went to in Las Vegas and was amazing. It would be a totally perfect fit for the Orlando market, but these are such expensive projects. This world's tallest coaster, the complex was supposed to cost a reported $500 million. Wow. Yeah, so I mean, after a series of issues since 2024, it is officially done. Also officially done, talking about the world's tallest roller coasters, King Ka did permanently close in November 2024 at Six Flags Great Adventure. And interesting, that was done without any warning. So not sure what's going on at Six Flags with the merger, but we're probably going to expect some, shenanigans in the new year. We as theme park lovers like to have that advance warning so we can get our last rides in, like with Dinosaur. Disney said we have all of 2025, and I'm glad they do that because I want to get like my fix before it's over.
I agree. It's one of our favorites too. We're not going to make it.
I know. So this is we're not going to make it. It's like we have our last chance to go get that dino. Speaking of roller coasters, there are now 2 new Wizard of Oz roller coasters that just opened up in Warner Brothers Movie World in Australia. Yes, Wicked fever is at an all-time fever pitch with such a renewed interest in the Wizard of Oz. And if you are going to be in the land down under, you can go on Flight of the Wicked Witch and the Kansas Twister. This looks incredible. They opened up on December 20th, 2024 in a new theme park land that's, dedicated and inspired to all things Wizard of Oz. I am most interested in the Flight of the Wicked Witch, which is a suspended coaster, and you're going to be soaring alongside the Wicked Witch's flying monkeys, just like in the movie. This looks incredible. Would you go on that one?
I would. I mean, this is what an excuse to go to Australia for the first time.
Yes. We have not been to Australia, but I know that it is high up on both of our bucket lists because there's some incredible parks over there. I would love to go on this. And then also the second coaster is called Kansas Twister. I am a little less interested in this one because it is a boomerang roller coaster. I don't know if I'm getting old, but I'm having a little bit of trouble with boomerang coasters in my elder age.
I agree. It's just, there's something about the backwards and the going up and then going down. But I will say, it kind of looks, look at the smiles on the people's faces on the picture.
They do look very happy, and I love the theming because it's based on the tornado that goes through the Gales farm home. So I would say if we are in Australia, I would absolutely be going on this. But if you can't get to Australia, there are some ways to get your Wizard of Oz theme park fix right here in the States. At Universal Studios Florida, we have Wicked the Experience, which is a walkthrough venue with merchandise, movie props, character greetings. Just outside, there is a food and dining kiosk that you could try some Wicked themed eats. And then, of course, which we got to experience last year, the Land of Oz. Yes, this is the former Wizard of Oz theme park in North Carolina, and now it only opens just a couple days each year for the Autumn at Oz Festival. Highly recommend. I know this is on a lot of theme park people's bucket list. It had been on ours for years, and we finally did it. It was amazing. Would you agree?
I would. And I kind of felt like you really feel like you're in the movie and you're just traveling with the movie, which I thought was really special. I got to be part of the Wicked Witches scene, which was good audience participation.
Yes, that was incredible. And I think you described it perfectly. It's almost like theme park meets progressive theater as you go through the entire movie from start to finish, and you meet characters along the way. Yeah,
absolutely. I would recommend anybody take a trip to North Carolina. The mountains are beautiful as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this happens each year, Autumn at Oz. It's each fall, usually in the month of September. They usually announce the dates around March, sometime in the spring. And of course, this is in Western North Carolina, which has been hurt by the hurricane. So any stimulation of tourism over there, we definitely want to support. And before we get into our main attraction, yes, that is all that we have for our news in the queue. We are going to hear a quick word from our sponsor.
The Attractions Podcast is brought to you by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. Whether your next vacation is a magical trip to the theme parks, an exciting adventure to the pyramids of Egypt, or just a relaxing cruise on the turquoise waters of the Bahamas, MEI Travel provides premium service and expert advice to help you get the most of your vacation. They are always free of any hidden fees or costs to you. Visit them at mei-travel.com.
It's time for the main attraction.
Like I said earlier, it is 2025, which means that Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort officially opens this May. Yes, we are finally in the year that it opens. Everyone is just such a buzz. This is the first major theme park in Florida since Animal Kingdom, which is crazy to think. You know, the last two parks to open were Animal Kingdom and Islands of Adventure, and we are now getting a major new theme park. I am hyped. Adam, how are you feeling?
Overwhelmed. I think that's the word that to describe, because we're so used to going to an event or for something for one new ride, or this is come to Mardi. I'm excited about Mardi Gras. That's one event. I don't know what to expect from the overload of different areas that is Epic Universe.
Yes, I am with you on that. It is so exciting, but also so overwhelming to think like, you know, I love going to land openings, but now we have an entire theme park. It's going to take months and even till 2026 where we really like get a grasp on what the park is. And thank you to our friends at BioReconstruct. We have a series of incredible construction updates. If you've been following along, things are really rocking and rolling. Particularly, we have the village of Darkmoor, which is the Dark Universe village. We have an incredible show from BioReconstruct that they took from Soaring Above, and this just looks incredible. We saw that the tavern, which is the Burning Blade Tavern, they're going to have this windmill that catches on fire, in quotes, you know, is set on fire every few minutes, and we have incredible footage of them testing it. I want to know, Adam, so Epic Universe, we have these incredible portals, Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Dark Universe, Super Nintendo World, Isle of Berk. What are you, if you had to pick one land, like you arrive at Epic Universe and you run to one land, what is it?
I thought about this, and I actually did like process of elimination.
Yes, I love
my
it.
Process of elimination was last Super Nintendo World, just because I know it's bigger in Epic Universe, but just because we have been to a Super Nintendo World.
Correct.
I have to go with Dark Universe.
Yes.
And that's just because of the history, the universal history that will be seen and frankly highlighted. I feel like should have been highlighted in this capacity sooner. So that's, I think, what I'm most excited about, despite the fact that I am scared that there's a kind of a 4D element to the main attraction there, which is not my favorite thing in the world, but I'm willing to look aside.
Yes. If you don't know what Adam is talking about, it's that special effect that is used in the Bug Show, A Bug's Life at Animal Kingdom. It was in a few other attractions. Was it Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah, that was where the fear. That's where my fear started. When they drop a mouse and there's mice running across your feet. I know it's just air, and I can't. And it's on.
No, I think it's very rational. Everyone has their fears. We know the seats, the ride vehicle does look quite high tech. There could be some of that air blowing in there. Will you go on it once just to say you did?
After a couple drinks at in the new Harry Potter area.
Yes. Or you know what? Maybe we can go to the vampire bar that's going to be in here.
Well, we'll go to both.
Yes, we will go to both. I have to agree with you. I have thought about this a lot. Like many of us have been thinking and talking about this for years, months. It has to be Dark Universe. I cannot believe that we are going to step into the world of classic Universal monsters. You know, whenever they do a house at HHN, it's always so popular because, you know, even though these stories are decades and decades old, the characters still resonate. And there's so many of us that love spooky season. So this is basically like having spooky season all year long.
I agree. I also want to give a little special shout out to How to Train Your Dragon, because the area just looks so colorful as well.
Yes.
And fun.
I was actually just about to say that. I have to admit, well, both of us, we haven't seen the movies, but I promise that we will see them before. We're going to do a lot of prep. We're going to watch every single movie, maybe not every Universal Classic Monsters movie, because I feel like that would be, we'd have to watch everything nonstop.
They're short though, just so you know. Like the original Dracula and Frankenstein, they're not long.
So we could blow through a few of them, but I definitely want to watch the How to Train Your Dragon. Isle of Berk looks incredible. The visuals, the textures, it looks really, really, really amazing. I'm really particularly excited for Hiccup's Wing Gliders, which is a family-friendly launch coaster. It's always good to have rides, you know, that are good for kids. Speaking of kids, there's also going to be a playground here, which I know theme parks lack a lot of, you know, play structures where you could just let your kid kind of burn off some steam. And, you know, it's not something that Universal is exactly known for. So the fact that they took that into account is amazing. I'm also excited. The Dragon of Haddock is toothless, and there's going to be a meet and greet, which I'm sure is going to be very popular. But I think what I am most excited for in this land is a brand new stage show that is inspired by the stage show at Universal Studios Beijing. It's called The Untrainable Dragon, and this is a music-based stage show based on the events of the first film, but the standout of it is a puppet of Toothless that comes in at over 1,000 pounds. If you haven't looked up footage of this, you really got to go through and, take a moment to go through. It is an incredible show. I've only seen it from, like point of view videos, but even with seeing it from those videos, it makes me so excited. So I think that's going to be the sleeper hit of the lands.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ministry of Magic will be very special as well. By the way, amazing photos on the article on the Attractions Magazine.
Yeah, so this is all from BioReconstruct. If you follow them on Twitter, they literally take aerial shots, and they have been following the construction progress like to a T. And it's amazing because basically everything is ready. A lot of the stuff that isn't ready is just kind of like landscaping and, like pathways, because as you're doing major construction, you can't, build a brick pathway because it's going to get destroyed from all the construction vehicles. So basically, the park is ready, and we did hear that they're going to be starting to do some, VIP tour training towards the end of this month. Unofficially heard that. So we are going to be waiting on the seat of our, edge of our seats until we find out information about team member previews and then also annual pass holder previews. We are both annual pass holders, and I know that before the grand opening, before any sort of media thing, they're going to be doing testing, which you have to do. Like you mentioned, when the land opens, they do testing for weeks. We had DreamWorks Land last year. They did weeks, maybe even months. I can't remember it. I know we went and had a Shrek pretzel like 2 months before even the grand opening. So with an entire theme park, it's going to be quite incredible to see what the testing is like, how they run it. If anyone remembers when Disney's Animal Kingdom opened, they did testing for annual pass holders as well. And their system was that you purchase a special discounted ticket. I don't remember how much it was. I think it might have been like $30. So you pay a very quite nominal fee. I say nominal because compared to a one-day ticket, that is quite affordable, and you get to be the test subject. So I know that you and I are going to be all over that.
I'm available.
Yes.
I don't even need to check my calendar. I'm available.
We volunteer as tribute. And I know so many of us are kind of holding out on spring travel because everyone that's an annual pass holder wants to go to an annual pass holder preview. So I'm so excited. And if you are excited as us, please take a look through. We have several articles on the Epic Universe construction update. Thank you again to our friends at BioReconstruct for the incredible photos. We are so close that we can almost take it. Yes. So before we go, we want to thank our sponsor, MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. And I want to remind everyone to please give us a rating and review wherever you listen to us. And be sure to follow all of us at Attractions at attractionsmagazine.com and across all of your favorite social media accounts. Adam, thank you so much for joining me.
It's always a pleasure being on the podcast. And by the way, people, I actually say to Carly at home, I say, when am I going to be on the podcast again? Not like I want Seth to not be here. I love Seth very much, but this is it's always fun to be able to do this and talk.
Absolutely. It's always fun to nerd out with you about places that we love so much and going to. And so thank you guys again. We appreciate you tuning in on this Tuesday, a little later than usual. And until next week, I hope everyone stays safe, try something new, but most importantly, have fun while you're doing it. We will see you next week. Bye.